Hey scholars, today we're going to be doing week 20, ELA lesson 1. So, as usual, what we're going to do is we're going to look at our reading since we're starting the new week, and so there's a new reading. So let me go ahead and pull that up. This one is called Baby Bears by Bobby Coleman. So, our essential question is, how are offspring like their parents? I want you to think about how animal babies are like their moms and dads, and I want you to predict what the selection might be about. So go ahead and take a second to think about what this story might be about. All right. So there's a couple words that we're going to look at in this story. The first one is nurse. 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 Watch. 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 Hard. 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 Litters. Litters. Nurse is has a couple meanings. One is like somebody who takes care of somebody medically. Another one is where a mother gives their young milk. Watch is to watch somebody. Hard means difficult. And litter are cubs or their babies that come from an animal. A litter has more than one animal. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the next part. All right, I'm going to zoom in a little bit too. Bears are animals called mammals. Mammals have hair or fur on their bodies. Bears are covered with fur. Mammals are born. You were born too. You are a mammal. Baby bears are called cubs. Cubs are born with their eyes shut. Their eyes open when they are about 6 weeks old. This brown bear cub was just born. It has very little fur. Mammal mothers make milk inside their bodies. Mammal babies nurse from their mothers. To nurse is to drink mother's milk. This polar bear cub right here is nursing. Kinds of bears. There are 8 kinds of bears. The bears on this page shown are American black bear, brown bear, and a polar bear. These bears live in North America. North America includes Canada too, which is how the polar bears are living up there. Amazon black bears can be different colors. What color is this black bear? Or sorry, American black bears, not Amazon. This black bear is brownish, not too black, but pretty brown. There are different kinds of brown bears. These grizzly bears are one kind of brown bear. And polar bears have white fur. They live in a cold place called the Arctic. People who study bears once thought that giant pandas were raccoons. Now people think of these animals as bears. There are not many giant pandas left in the world. Giant pandas live in China. Okay, so what I want to tell you is rereading helps you understand the text. If there's something that you do not understand about bears when you read it the first time, you should stop and reread the text the next time. For example, I'm not sure I understand the difference between the bears shown on page 190. If I reread, I can get a better understanding because there's a lot of information here. So rereading will help you. All right, cool. So I know when I read nonfiction texts, actually, I'll read that in a second. Let's go ahead and go to the next page. Oops. Bear bodies. Bears have 4 legs. They walk on all 4 legs or on their 2 back legs. They have 5 toes with claws on each foot. Claws are curved nails. This grizzly bear cub has brown fur covering its body. Bears can smell, hear, and see very well. And bears use their claws to climb and dig. Bear coats. Bears have 2 kinds of fur. Some of their fur is short and some is long. Their short fur keeps them warm. Their long fur keeps water away from their skin. Polar bears have thick white fur. And pandas have thick black and white fur because it can get really cold in China. Bear families. A bear family is made up of a mother bear and her cubs. Most mother bears have litters of cubs. A litter is 2 or more babies that are born at the same time. This mother grizzly has 3 cubs, so she has a litter. Cubs stay with their mothers until they are 2 to 3 years old. They watch their mothers to learn how to live on their own. Mother bears teach their cubs where to find food and how to stay safe. So, what do you think the panda will find to eat? I want you to predict that based off of the picture. Don't read it yet, just see if you can tell from the picture. And think of other bears too. Most bears are omnivores. Omnivores are animals that eat both plants and animals. So let's go ahead and talk about the prediction we made. Well, what prediction did you make about what pandas eat? Based off of this picture, I think they eat plants, right? It looks like they eat mostly plants. And here it says that pandas are herbivores, and herbivores eat mainly plants. So that's good. So using that prediction helped us figure out what pandas ate before we even saw it. So awesome. All right, bear habitats. Bears live in different places. The natural place a bear lives is called a habitat. Many bears live in forests. Forests are habitats with many trees. Some bears live on mountains. Pandas live in forests that grow high on mountains. Bamboo grows in these forests. Awesome. Okay, next one. All right. So, main topic and key detail. What key detail did you learn about how bears and baby bears spend in winter? So, let's go ahead and think about what our main idea is, and then we're going to read about how they spend time in winter. Well, our main topic is bears and baby bears because that's what we've been reading about. So, what I want you to do is on your seesaw, after we read this next passage, you're going to give me a detail about how bears sleep in winter. Some bears live in places that have cold winters. It is hard for the bears to find food when it is cold. To stay alive, they sleep through most of the winter. During the summer and fall, bears eat a lot of food. They store the food as fat on their bodies. The bears live off that fat during winter. Mother bears that live in cold places have their cubs in winter. Before the cubs are born, the mother builds a home called a den. The den is warm and safe, and it is a place for the bears to live. Many bears make their dens by digging holes in hills or under tree roots. Some bears use caves or holes in logs for their dens. After the cubs are born, the mother goes to sleep and the cub nurses while their mother sleeps. So now go onto your seesaw and write a detail about how bears sleep through winter. All right, go ahead and pause the video and do that now. All right, next part. So, this diagram of the bear life cycle looks important, and when I reread, I learn more about the bear's life cycle. I paraphrase what I read. Cubs are born, they drink their mother's milk, they grow up, and then they have a life of their own. And it starts again. So each bear goes through a set of changes called a life cycle. The life cycle starts when a cub is born, the cub grows and changes, it then becomes an adult bear. These pictures show the life cycle of an American black bear. So cub to young to older to an adult. This mother bear and her cubs are looking for food in the forest. The cubs will start soon living on their own and finding food for themselves. All right, awesome. So now we're going to go to the next part of our reading. So we're going to learn about more plural nouns. It's going to be a little bit of practice. So I'm going to stop this share to share on my iPad. Okay, let me just flip to the correct page and then we'll be good to go. All right, so plural nouns are noun names more than one person, place, or thing. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Plural noun names more than one person, place, or thing. So we usually add s or es to form plural nouns of many singular nouns, but some singular nouns change their spelling to form the plural. So some examples are mouse and mice. We don't say mouses, we say mice. Also, woman and women. Notice, we don't say woman's or man's, we say men and women. But some singular nouns do not change their form of spelling. So for example, fish is the same singular as plural, and deer is the same singular as plural. So I'm going to write some sentences and we're going to determine whether they're singular or plural sentences. Ready? Okay. We saw a deer on the road. Wow, Mr. Cannon, that's the wrong deer. All right, now we got the right one. We saw a deer on the road. Is this singular or is this plural? Think about it for a second. It's singular. Look, we have a deer, so it's going to be singular. If it said we saw many deer on the road, then it would be plural. So we have to look at this A to show whether it's singular or plural. Let's try another one. The man caught 2 fish. Is fish singular or plural? Fish is plural because we have the 2 here. This 2 makes it plural. All right. Last one. 2 mice ran into the forest. Is mice singular or plural, and how do you know? I'm going to leave this one to you. I want you to answer this on Seesaw. So this will be your second question for the video, okay? So go to Seesaw and answer that and pause the video and come back when you're ready. Okay, let's go to the next part now. We're going to go to abbreviations. An abbreviation is a shortened way of writing a word. An abbreviation begins with a capital letter and ends with a period, and this is always true. So common words that are often abbreviated are, for example, doctor turns into doctor. Mr., like Mr. Cannon, turns into Mr. Now, what I want you to do is identify the abbreviations and their meaning in the following street address. All right. What is the abbreviation in this sentence? Mr. Or MR dot. And MR dot means Mr. All right. Our next one is going to be 150 Green Street. What is the abbreviation? Street. Perfect. Now, the days of the week are very important. We're gonna look at these because they're important. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday abbreviates to MON dot. Notice he uses the first three. Tuesday is TUES period. Wednesday is WED period. Thursday is THUR period. Friday is FRI period. Saturday is SAT period. And Sunday is SUN period. So notice Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all use the first three letters, while Tuesday and Thursday use the four. That's because Tuesday and Thursday are very similar. Awesome. So you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later.